Hello everyone, this is Sriram Ayyappan from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. I have an experience of 4 years in teaching field uh, in engineering domain and also a GATE candidate, qualified candidate. Um Today we are going to discuss a topic on semiconductor. So what is a semiconductor? Whether it is a conductor or it's an insulator or it connects both partially. Let us see it. Okay, the topic is on semiconductor by Sriram Ayyappan. So, the definition of a semiconductor. So, what is a semiconductor? There are a few substances with a specific resistance in between the insulator and the conductor. The substances are called the semiconductor. There will be a specific differentiation between the insulator and the conductor. The other definition is the substances whose valence band is almost full and the conduction band is empty and the forbidden energy gap is small, less than 1.1 electron volt, is termed as the semiconductor, and the examples of the semiconductors are the silicon, germanium, etc. As we said, the definition part, we can say it is the valence band is completely full of electrons and the conduction band has empty, and the forbidden energy gap is approximately 1 electron volt. So this is the energy level band of semiconductor. So when it comes to the semiconductor, it conducts at room temperature, or if any other heat energy is given, it conducts. But at the absolute zero temperature, it acts as the insulator. So only it is termed as the semiconductor. Now we look upon the types of semiconductor. There are two types of semiconductor. One is the intrinsic and other one is the extrinsic semiconductor. The extremely purest form of the semiconductor is termed as the intrinsic semiconductor. And if the semiconductor is doped by some impurity, is called the extrinsic semiconductor. Doping means adding the impurities to the semiconductor. The impurities may be in two different ways. We'll see it on. So this is the diagram for the intrinsic semiconductor. Normally, intrinsic semiconductors will have the number of thermally generated electrons will be equal to the number of holes. That is, whenever it keeps under any heat energy, the electrons which is traveled from valence band to conduction band, the number of transmitted electrons will be equivalent to the number of holes present in the valence band. So this is the definition for intrinsic semiconductor. So what happens when heat energy is applied means, when heat energy is applied, the bond between the each germanium, we can see there are 4 valence electrons around each germanium, and this is the covalent bond. This is a covalent bond. So when the heat energy is applied, this covalent bond will get broken, so that there will be the motion of the electrons will be flowing from valence band to the conduction band. So this is now going to conduct because of the heat energy. The other one is the extrinsic semiconductor. That is, adding the impurities to a purest semiconductor is extrinsic semiconductor. In that there are two types. One is the N-type semiconductor. The other one is P-type semiconductor. Anyway, both intrinsic and extrinsic is going to conduct, but also what is the difference? Let us see in the next slides. So when a pentavalent impurity is added to the pure semiconductor, it is termed as the n-type. And when the trivalent impurity is added to the pure semiconductor, is called as the p-type semiconductor. So this is the diagram for n-type. Here we have seen that As, that is arsenic, which is a pentavalent impurity. This is doped with the germanium, which is the purest form of semiconductor. When this pentavalent impurity, which has 5 electrons in the valence band and which connected to the valence band of the germanium, which has 4 electrons. But what happens when this 4 valence electrons is added to the germanium valence electron, and the 1/5 electron, that is the 5th electron of the arsenium atom, is loosely bound. That means 4 valence electrons of arsenium form the covalent bond with the germanium atoms, and the remaining will be left free. So this free electron now gets moved from the valence band to conduction band, which in turns going to conduct. The another example is that p-type semiconductor. Here the tetravalent impurity, that is the purest form of semiconductor, is germanium, is doped with the trivalent impurities such as indium, boron or gallium. Here we have seen gallium, which is a trivalent, that is it has only 3 valence electrons. One will be left as the hole. Now it is combined with the germanium of 4 valence electrons. In each GA-GE pattern, a free one hole will be left free. So this automatically constitute there's a conduction of the valence band to the conduction band. So this is the another type of p-type extrinsic semiconductor. So in these two types, n-type and p-types, n-type will be acting as the donor while p-type is acting as the acceptor. So when there is a transmission from the either the conduction band to the valence band or valence band to the conduction band, either the hole or the electrons which is passing, the conduction will be takes place. Thank you.